Relief valve assembly instructions for 10K and 20K models. Terminology: body, cap, stem, compression ring, stem O-ring, stem seal, backup ring, upper spring plate, lower spring plate, spring, cage, spring, outlet gland O-ring, seat seal, outlet gland, hex nut, cap screw, optional handle, and assembly tool. Start by using an air blow gun to clear out any potential contaminants from valve body. Visually inspect valve body internals, checking for burrs, machine marks, and any other damage that could affect valve function. Apply a thin layer of white crystal lube, MCG 111 lubricant or equivalent, to the bore of the valve body. You want to apply the grease all the way to the bottom of the bore. Next, apply a thin layer of white crystal lube MCG 111 lubricant, or equivalent, to the middle portion of the stem. Install the backup ring onto the stem. The chamfered side of the ring needs to be facing towards the tip of the stem. The flat side should be facing towards the back or flat side of the stem. The chamfered side of the backup ring can sometimes be challenging to identify. It may help to shine a light on the ring. The flat side of the backup ring is facing towards the back of the stem. Install the stem seal onto the stem. The chamfered or rounded side should mate with the chamfered side of the backup ring. Place the stem, tip first, into the long portion of the installation tool. Press the stem into the bore until the backup ring bottoms out. It should be a snug fit, so some force may be required. Apply a thin layer of white crystal lube, MCG 111 lubricant or equivalent, to the stem O-ring. Then insert the O-ring around the stem into the valve bore. The stem O-ring is the smaller of the two O-rings. Use the assembly tool to lightly push the O-ring over the stem seal. It shouldn't take much force to achieve this. Pushing too hard may damage the O-ring. Next, insert the compression ring around the stem into the bore. There is no orientation to the compression ring. Both sides are identical. Use the assembly tool one more time to ensure parts are compressed into the bottom of the bore. Insert the small spring, followed by the cage. There is no orientation to either of these parts. Next, we're going to install the seat seal into the outlet gland. The chamfered side of the seal needs to be facing upwards. The flat side of the seal gets pressed into the gland. Center the seal using your finger. Then, press the seal into the gland using an arbor press. The seal should be pressed flush into the gland. Carefully slide the gland O-ring past the threads on the gland. Apply a thin layer of white Crystal Lube, MCG 111 lubricant or equivalent, a full 360 degrees around the O-ring. Apply black multi-lit anti-seize compound or equivalent to the upper half of the gland threads. Avoid applying the grease to the O-ring. Apply the grease a full 360 degrees around the threads. Screw the gland into the body hand tight. Secure the valve in a vise using the flats. Then, torque the gland to the specified torque value. Apply black multi-lit anti-seize compound or equivalent to the back of the stem. Place the lower spring plate onto the spring. The lower spring plate has the smaller recessed hole. Then, insert the spring and spring plate into the valve. The recessed hole in the spring plate should nest with the back of the stem. It helps to turn the valve upside down so the spring plate doesn't fall off the spring. Place the upper spring plate onto the spring and apply black multi-lit anti-seize compound or equivalent to the recessed hole. Apply black multi-lit anti-seize compound or equivalent to the cap threads. Apply the grease a full 360 degrees around the threads. Screw the cap into the body hand tight. Secure the valve in a vise using the flats. Then, torque the cap to the specified torque value. Refer to the bill of materials to determine if the valve requires a handle or a cap screw. For this model, we are using a cap screw. Thread the hex nut 3/4 of the way up the cap screw. Apply black multi-lit anti-seize compound or equivalent to the handle or cap screw threads. Apply the grease a full 360 degrees around the bottom fourth portion of the threads. Also, cover the bottom. Screw the handle or cap screw into the cap hand tight. Leave the hex nut loose so the customer can make the necessary adjustments. Refer to the bill of materials to determine if collars and glands are required. For this model, collars and glands are not required. This concludes the assembly instructions for 10K and 20K relief valves.